Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Capricorn for the month of May 2022. Now Capricorn, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Capricorn, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I will not send you a message on any platform. I also do content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Capricorn. Now I am using the Gilded Tarot, which you can find links to this in the description below. If you don't want to purchase the Gilded Tarot, you can purchase Easy Tarot, which has this version of the Gilded Tarot in it. And less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed. And so if you do watch my content regularly, but you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right, let's go ahead and get these oracle cards out here. And let me make sure we're all set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it. I think that's looking good enough to me for right now. So Capricorn, energy on the bottom. You do have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is really a card of potentially like feeling like you are left out in the cold or feeling like you are less than. This can be around like this. So the Five of Pentacles can obviously speak to literal poverty or like losing money in some ways. I more times than not see it come in as a mindset issue. Okay, and so if I'm looking here, you have this energy of, you have a lot of mind energy here, okay, with the Nine of Swords in the past, the Seven of Swords showing up, and the rest of the cards on this reading are extremely positive. Okay, and so I don't see this energy of you losing. We don't have the Five of Swords, we don't have the Ten of Swords, which can indicate loss. We have this Five of Pentacles, which I think for you is around getting those thoughts aligned. And also not settling. This other thing about the Five of Pentacles that's very important to bring in is sometimes it can talk about like maybe acting out of desperation, which is really a challenging energy to act. When you act from desperation, it almost never works out. And so I wonder if some of you here, there's something going on around, are some of you getting discouraged around like getting a job, or some of you being discouraged around something. It's very easy for that situation it's very easy to be discouraged when things are not going well. And so I'm not trying to emotionally invalidate you. That's a very valid emotion and a very valid feeling to have when you know things are not going your right way. But thoughts attract thoughts. Like good thoughts attract good things. Negative thoughts attract negative things. And I'm just a firm believer in the law of attraction. And so that's how I'm always going to sort of approach this. And so when you find yourself in this feeling of maybe being discouraged, a quick hack or a quick trick can be to realize that there are always good things on the horizon. And to also physically do the work to get yourself to where you need to go. And so that's kind of this feeling that I'm getting from the Five of Pentacles right now. But let's dive into this a little bit more here. So in the problem position, you do have this Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is the fulfillment of a wish. This is what I'm saying, where I don't think there's like loss here. I think that there is mindset loss. I think that there's mindset issues. This Nine of Cups is one of the most positive cards to find in the tarot. And this is a feeling of total joy, contentment, good things happening in this person's life. And so it's like for you, there is this wish coming in this current situation. It's possible with this Five of Pentacles that in the past something has happened around money. And I do feel like maybe some of you have recognized that money cannot truly buy you happiness. Money can buy you temporary happiness. It can buy you a little bit of, it can make things a little bit easier. But in terms of true happiness, money cannot do that for you. And the thing is, the Nine of Cups is true happiness. It is true happiness. It's happiness that comes from source. It's happiness that comes from within. In the problem position, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is this new financial start, okay? It's this new beginning in the material, whether that is getting into a university, getting into a college, getting a new car, you know, getting potentially signing off on a contract for something, whether that's a mortgage or rent, or maybe taking a new job. Although the Ace of Wands is more about jobs, there's something around money, and there's something about your material situation that is the source of the problem for you. Okay, and I feel like this has been something that has maybe plagued some of you for some time. Not everybody, but I think for some of you this may have plagued you for some time. Specifically because in the past, you do have this Nine of Swords here, which is this energy of fear, okay? It's anxiety, it is nightmares, and it is a challenging situation, but it's not loss. It's not lost. The Nine of Swords is you creating a story in your mind, you creating fiction in your mind around something. Okay, nothing has happened yet for this person. Instead, what they are doing is they are fear casting. And so, just like acting out of desperation is an issue, so is acting out of fear. And so it's almost like for some of you here, you're fearing like losing money, or you're fearing something that hasn't even happened yet, okay? And I know this is a bit of a challenging intro, but do keep in mind that first and foremost, the staff looks very good for you, which is the direction that you are headed. And second, there is a wish coming in here. There is emotional contentment available, but are you allowing yourself to receive that feeling? I feel like for some of you here, that's kind of something that's being highlighted in this reading. Now, in the future, in the future, you have the Six of Cups card here showing up in the future position. So the Six of Cups is some type of situation involving the past, okay? And I think this is a very important time for me to remind you that the past doesn't exist because it already happened, and the future doesn't exist because it hasn't happened yet. When you see yourself dipping into the past, that can bring about depression. When you see yourself dipping into the future, that can bring about anxiety. Or when you are depressed, it can mean that you are staying in the past. So when you're anxious, it means you're spending time in the future. So you have those two messages potentially showing up here, front and back, in the past and in the future. And so with the Six of Cups here, the message is to stay in the present moment. Stop to smell the roses, which are in the cup. Can you find some joy in the now instead of spending your time in the past or spending your time in the future? This is going to be important for you in May because you have now energy with the Nine of Cups. You have bliss energy in the now. And so I think for some of you, this is extremely important as you move forward in the month of May. In your conscious awareness, on your thoughts or on your mind, you do have this Three of Pentacles energy, which is teammates, teamwork, and I think for you, more importantly, reaching out for help. Okay, this is working together with others to help yourself out or to bring about a situation. Do some of you need to like reach out for help? Do you need to get a second opinion? Do you need to maybe draw on your community of people? Do you need to maybe draw on your colleagues to help get something done? Do you need to ask for help? Okay. And is there something that is there something that you're hiding? Like this person here is showing off their work. They are not hiding. They're doing the opposite of hiding. They are showing off work that they are proud of. Are you waiting to release something with this Three of Pentacles? Are you waiting to show something to someone or show something off? I almost have never gotten that message with the Three of Pentacles, but I do feel like maybe some of you are like withholding something. That you don't necessarily need to be withholding, according to this reading. The thing is, the Three of Pentacles can bring about that recognition and reward, but it's after maybe you show something, like you have to show your work before that happens, right? And so it's almost like there is that message here as well. In the subconscious, in what you can't see or the hidden, you do have the Lovers. There's an important choice here to make. This can obviously speak to a deep connection between you and another person, but if we're following along with this reading, there's some type of important choice that you have to make here. This is Gemini energy, and this is also an energy of not just an important choice, but also kind of keeping all the plates in the air, trying to juggle all the tasks and the priorities. Some of you could be feeling overwhelmed. And there might be this situation here where some of you are in a bit of a freeze. I'm thinking of the F3, or it's now the F4 response: fight, flight, freeze, and then there's the fourth one, which is fawn. And it's almost like for some of you there may be a freezing. There may be a freezing situation here with the Nine of Swords and the Six of Cups in the past and the future around that. And I feel like some of you, it could be, you may be freezing because you are a little bit overwhelmed. In the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have this Two of Pentacles, choices. You have two cards of juggling here, okay? Weighing options, weighing decisions. The Two of Pentacles can mean that you are weighing something heavily here. The Lovers represents an important choice to make. The Two of Pentacles, this is about a change in finances, but this is a good change by default. By default, this is a good change, especially because you have this here with the Chariot above it. So that's your influence, the way that you are influencing the situation. In the external influence, you have the Chariot. This is what's happening outside of you. There's a victory coming in, okay? You cannot control the external influence. You in this spread. And so what's happening outside of you is some type of big win. And the Chariot represents you overcoming external obstacles. And so even if there is some sort of wrench thrown your direction, you're easily dodging it and you're easily overcoming it. And the Chariot says that you have the strength, the fortitude, and the ability to do that very, very clearly here. There's also the energy of as above, so below. As it is done in the universe, it is done down here. Are you showing up for yourself? Are you doing everything that you know you need to be doing? Because if you are, this can bring about a very good outcome for you. Particularly because for some of you here, there's this issue around, like there's this, I don't know why I keep hearing plague. Some of you are plagued by this financial karma or something like that of the past, and there's a successful ability to overcome this, but it's like you have to meet the universe halfway. As above, so below. You have to meet the universe halfway in some capacity. Now, in your hopes and fears, you do have this Ten of Cups. You're really hoping for happiness here, okay? So you have the 9 and the 10 of Cups, which is incredible. Both extremely positive cards, both major cards of happiness, of joy, of celebration. In fact, I was saying, at the beginning of this reading, I went on that sort of rant about how, it's literally impossible for money to give you true happiness. Well, 10 of Cups is true happiness, okay? This is a good family unit. This is a good situation between you and another person. This is, having stability. This is having a combination of all sorts of different things to bring you total happiness and total joy. This is having all 10 cups overflowing, right? And this is sort of a picturesque life. This is sort of a picturesque moment. And for some of you, you're hoping for this. And here's the thing, Capricorn, in the outcome, you have the 7 of Swords. Here's how you get that moment. Here's how you get the 10 cups. You get it by building a game plan. You get it by having a strategy in place. This person is stealing swords, but they did not steal the swords without having a strategy. This person is also potentially taking a clever approach to a problem, taking the backdoor exit. Do some of you need to try something new? Because you can have this 10 of Cups, you can have this 9 of Cups, but there also needs to be some type of strategy put in place for this to happen. And for some of you, this strategy may be very hard for you to start or to initiate because of a challenge in the past surrounding finances, or you may have been plagued in the past surrounding finances, which is where you are dipping maybe into both fear and desperation, as well as maybe depression and anxiety. Some of you working through that at this time, building a strategy, building a way out. Deep message, but it's what's coming through. So let's go ahead and clarify these cards. So here you are. Here it is, you connecting with this is you connecting with the joy, getting the 10 of Cups, getting the 9 of Cups that we've talked about. The 10 of Wands is you physically starting something. It's you doing it. It's you meeting the universe halfway. It's you actually physically going for it. The 2 of Wands is another choice card, okay? You can see that they're needing to make a choice. they're at a fork in the roads. You have 3 of them with the Lovers and the 2 of Pentacles. Then you have this Knight of Swords here, which is acting. Okay, this is you seizing the day, taking advantage of opportunities, and going for it. So this is a happily ever after type of reading where, yeah, the beginning of this was very challenging, but you're successfully working through that challenge. Yeah, so look, you have change, community, and pathway. Some of you need to ask for help, or some of you are relying on your community, or some of you need to ask for help for around something here is what I really truly feel for some of you. And this may even involve you letting go of the people that maybe have held you back, or some type of energy like that. But there is a change coming for you. There is this new pathway opening up as well, which I think sees you dropping the karma, dropping the plague, working through that, successfully repaying that back, which you can at any time. And yeah, let's see what else we have here. So you have, the sun and the moon. That's pretty incredible. So you have the moon, take note of intuitive messages, as well as the sun, enjoy success and happiness, as well as Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted, but also feel grounded. Okay, some of you here, there's a major message of grounding. There's a major message of you not staying in the past, not moving in not staying in the future, but staying now. Getting grounded to Earth with this Mother Earth energy. Above and below, left and right, you have the moon and the sun. But then in between those two is the Earth. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? So we have this interesting synchronicity here with the moon and the sun rotating around the Earth, and we have the Earth in the middle. That's literally never happened for me in a reading. But yeah, this is amazing. So thank you so much. I do need to say May 16th, which is the second eclipse. Some of you, there may be something that happens here for you around May 16th. You may want to check out my eclipse video. I have eclipse videos on my channel, and I do feel like maybe the fact that we had this synchronicity here, some of you may have something important that happens around May 16th. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.